2 men, 2 cities, 500 miles.
Someone! Please!
What the fuck am I doing with my life? One winner. This guy, the hardest geezer, doesn't know what he's got himself into.
Does this guy even know who I am, what I've done? I run marathons for actual fun.
This ain't about running, mate. Your running will not help you here.
And he reckons that he's somehow going to blag his way to the finish line before me.
This is about blagging.
This guy's going to learn the hard way.
This is about hitchhiking.
I'm going to make him cry.
This is about walking up to complete strangers and convincing them to let you in their car.
He's going to feel the pain. He's going to feel the suffering.
If that ginger prick came up to me in a service station and asked for a lift to London, I'd tell him to fuck off.
This guy's an old man. To be honest with you, he doesn't stand a chance.
The hardest geezer can run all day long, but it ain't gonna win the Great British Hitchhike Challenge.
He is a bitch, and when the times get tough, he'll be curled up like a bitch sleeping. Guess where I'll be? I'll be out on the road, making miles up, because I'm the hardest geezer.
This is a story of courage.
We took the risk, and we went for it.
Determination.
I just need to ask person after person after person after person.
Competition.
No way! No way!
Yes! Yes! And controversy.
You cheated. You cheated.
Edinburgh to London. Seb Whitehouse versus the hardest geezer. This is the Great British Hitchhike Race.
Yo, open up. Hey, ready for a mission, mate?
So yeah, I found some guy on Instagram who calls himself the hardest geezer because he runs marathons and does endurance challenges. But I've had more adventures than this guy's had hot dinners, so I thought I'd lay down the gauntlet and show this young whippersnapper who's boss. He accepted my challenge, and 10 days later, there we were. Colton Hill, centre of Edinburgh, hitchhike race to London. First man to Buckingham Palace wins.
I reckon we on 3. We 3, 2, 1 it, and then we go, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Wait. Let's may the best.
Been a pleasure.
May the best man win.
It's been a pleasure, mate.
May the best man win.
Honestly, may the best man win.
May the best man win.
3,
This is so fucking ridiculous.
2, 1.
See you later, mate. Fuck, and we're off. Ooh. I just need to get off this hill for a start.
I can run. That little weasel can't run for shit.
Yeah, I've got no idea what his plan is. I don't know what motorway he's going for. I don't know what major city he's heading for next. But my plan, get on the A1, get down to Newcastle. That's me. That's my tactics.
So I just started sprinting to the nearest motorway and asking random strangers for lifts out of Edinburgh on the way.
I don't suppose you're driving to Portobello by any chance, are you?
No.
That guy was not impressed.
About 20 minutes later, I look up and there he is, sprinting past me in the same direction.
We better not be going to the same place.
Probably fucking up.
Oh, mate. Nah. That is not good. I knew all along that running was an advantage that he had in his locker. So it shouldn't bother me too much, really. I know that my great strength is going to be convincing people to let me in the car.
A few minutes later, I pulled a super blag out of the bag and convinced this bus driver to let me ride on his bus for 10 minutes for absolutely free.
I've seen him sprint past me just then down the road. So we're obviously both trying to get to the A1 to try and get down to like Newcastle. It's first man to Buckingham Palace wins. You're an absolute gentleman, thank you very much. Cheers, mate, you're a legend. The kindness of humanity is what I'm relying on for this trip.
Well, good luck.
All right, mate. Thank you very much, man. See you later. Bye-bye.
So any positivity I was experiencing soon drained from my body when I realised after a lot of running and a bit of bussing, I was only 4 miles from where we started off at Colton Hill.
Excuse me, mate. All right, how you doing?
At this point, I just had to get out of Edinburgh.
You're not driving down the A1 at all, are you?
Sorry.
All right, no worries, mate. All right, cheers, mate. Thank you.
So I suspiciously loitered around Asda petrol station for quite a while and had very little luck.
No luck. Let's try the next person. Just need to ask everyone at this point.
A lot of the drivers just were locals and just simply weren't heading south.
Do you think that there's going to be Do you think this is a good spot for it or no? I feel like because I'm full of adrenaline and I want to be confident that my asking for lifts approach might be a bit aggressive. So maybe I need to be a bit more calm. I decided to try a different approach and go on a little stroll, make friends with some locals and see if they could give me some advice on where would be a good spot to hitchhike.
You go down the path here, there's a link road here.
You can follow what is a
Bear to the left and up onto the dual carriageway.
swing right.
There's no other way you can go.
The only thing I'm not sure about is that they're all giving slightly different tips about how to get out of this godforsaken industrial park. It's a sprawling mess of industrial buildings and I'm trying to sort of navigate my way out of it. I don't really know what I'm doing. I decided to just start walking up this road thinking I might find somewhere to pull over. There's nowhere for these cars to pull over to pick me up and I don't really know what's this way. This is the first point where I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Meanwhile, the hardest geezer was making homemade signs and
Heading south, please help.
basically doing the same thing as me, which was faffing around on the side of the motorway somewhere. If you want to see more from the hardest geezer's mission, if you want to see how the hitchhike adventure panned out for him, be sure to go and subscribe to his channel and you can watch his video of the day over there. But check out the rest of this one first. I'm now going back on myself. Feels like a real time waster. But when you know you've gone wrong, you have to try and correct your mistakes. That's life. So just as I was starting to think this ridiculous challenge was going to be even more challenging than expected, I hit a lucky streak. Would you be willing to give me a lift though, 17 miles down there? You would? And got 2 lifts in a row. Lovely guy that I'm in the car with, he'd rather not be on the video, which is completely fair enough. I'm just absolutely buzzing to be moving south. We're going about 20 miles south to a place called North Berwick. All right, I'm now at another petrol station.
What's the luck?
And the third person I asked, I've been there like 5 minutes, is this lovely lady I'm in the car with now. And she goes, do you want a lift? And she overheard the conversation. She goes, do you want a lift? And I was like, to Dunbar? She was like, yeah, I'll take you to Dunbar. Right, I've been in 2 cars now. The first guy, he took me into the wilderness. I didn't know what was going on. He was taking me away from the main road. He drops me off at this petrol station. And within 2 minutes, I had a lift from this other woman back up to the main road. I've just looked at the hardest geezer on Instagram, yeah? I don't know what he's up to, but I seen like photos of him in a police car or with the police or something. What I reckon happened, yeah, is that he was doing the same thing I was doing, which is wandering around in the middle of the motorway. And the police probably came and was like, mate, what are you doing? So anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm in front of him now, but only by about 20 miles. So there's a long way to go yet. I'm not having much luck at this spot. It's pretty soul destroying. Just holding your thumb out and just having a car just drive past. Someone's pulled over. Someone's pulled over for me. This is happy days. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Hello, mate. How you doing? How are you? Yeah, I'm doing a hitchhike race from the centre of Edinburgh to Buckingham Palace. I'm just trying to go south for a bit on the A1. How far are you going? Literally just around the corner. Oh, you're not going down the A1 at all? Oh, devastating. Thank you so much for pulling over anyway. Right, that guy's just going around the corner. He thought I wanted a lift around the corner. Someone's just pulled over. I need this in my life, big time. Yes, mate, how you doing? So I'm hitchhiking from the centre of Edinburgh to Buckingham Palace. Right. I'm just trying to get as far down the A1 as possible. Yeah, for an hour. Mate, you are absolute gentleman. Thank you so fucking much. I just grab my bag quickly, right? Sound. Yes! 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 Got a lift! Yes, mate. I was so happy. I was standing in that spot and I was getting really like, oh, these guys, lifesavers. Faith in humanity has been restored.
So basically, before these guys picked me up, I travelled 49 miles in 4 hours. So at this pace, it was going to take me another 24 hours with no sleep to reach Buckingham Palace. I needed a miracle, I needed a big lift, and that's exactly what this was.
Yes, mate. I'm so happy. I don't want to embarrass these guys by sticking a camera in their face. It's a little bit awkward when you're sat in a car with some strangers. You're like, I'm making a YouTube video. Can I just be sticking a camera in your face? I'm not going to do that too much, but basically, these guys are wicked, and yeah, man, we're going 120 miles. 120 miles down the motorway. I'm 100% winning this at the moment. It feels good. We're just outside Newcastle now.
Yeah.
Cross the border into England. Scotland is a distant memory. By the time I get out of this van, I'll be 227 miles away from London, which is nearly halfway. And I think he's still wandering around down the outskirts of Edinburgh. I never thought the sight of a massive service station would would make me so happy, but it's just like full of opportunity, full of people. Alright guys, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For picking me
Good
up.
luck.
I really appreciate it. Nice one, mate.
A pleasure.
Nice one. Nice to meet you. Alright, I am back. I'm back on the lonely road on my own now. Let's do it. Right, the race is heating up now. I'm getting fueled up. I'm in Subway. I was absolutely smashing it for the last couple of hours because he was still stood on the side of the road on the outskirts of Edinburgh, and I was like cruising down the motorway. I did about 120 miles with those guys, but I've just seen on Instagram he's been picked up. So really, with stopping off here, having something to eat, I'm probably going to spend half an hour trying to get another lift. He's catching up with me. We could be like an hour apart from each other pretty soon.
I quite enjoyed my time at Leeming Bar service station, just north of Leeds. First of all, I met these delightful chaps who had a message for the hardest geezer.
Slap him with that backhand there, I'll give him the airy side.
Then I spent about 45 minutes getting rejected by every single person I spoke to.
Rejection after rejection after rejection. I tell people I'm trying to hitch a ride south and everyone says they're going north. Is everyone going north? I don't know if everyone's going north.
Before finally getting picked up by these guys and going 50 miles south to Ferrybridge service station, just south of Leeds.
I was kind of in two minds about whether or not to try and hang on and see if I could find someone that would take me 100 miles, 200 miles, but I think the best bet is to just keep moving at this point. All right, guys, you're absolute legends. Thank you so much for that.
You bit back.
See you later, gents. Bye-bye.
So here I am at another service station,
Ferrybridge services.
hustling, blagging, making my way in the world.
I just need to ask person after person after person after person.
But doubts and anxieties were creeping in.
That's it. I've asked enough lorries today. They all say the same thing. They all say they can't take hitchhikers.
At this point, I had travelled 224 miles in 9 hours.
The issue that I have right now is that this service station is on 4 intersecting bits of motorway. So people could be going north, south, east or west. So only about 25% of people here will even be going the way that I want them to. And then a smaller percentage of that 25% will pick me up. So realistically, there's probably about 5% of people here that might say yes.
It was 5 p.m. and I was only a little over halfway. I needed to pull something out the bag.
You might actually be my lifesaver. You might be the man that helps me win this challenge.
Well, we're into racing, so...
Raceway Motorsport, winning Seb Whitehouse, the Great British Hitchhike. My guardian angels have arrived. It's a good one. It's a really good one. What was your name? Pete.
Not only did I get a lift with a nice man called Pete, not only did he buy me a sausage roll and a coffee, but he drove me for 2 hours and 124 miles to Cambridge service station. The road signs for London were rolling in and I was absolutely smashing this race.
Here we are, end of the road. Cambridge services, 150 miles, Leeds to Cambridge, mate. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
It has been an absolute pleasure. You're a gentleman. Cheers for doing this. And any words of wisdom before I go?
I think, yeah, just think positive.
I'm going a bit mad. I'm in another service station. Been on the road for 11 hours. Currently 66 miles from Buckingham Palace, but I think this is where it's going to get quite difficult. It's all well and good standing on the side of the motorway when all the cars are driving 50 miles, 100 miles in whichever direction. But now the motorway is just going into London with loads of different directions people can go. And I'm feeling like shit. I'm sat on one of those massage chairs. I haven't put any money in it, but I'm just relaxing. I feel a bit rattled, like kind of on edge, very tired, and really want to complete the rest of this trip, but struggling basically. So basically, these other people said they were going to give me a lift, but their electric car ain't charging, it's broken.
Oh, no.
I've just come up to this guy. What's your name?
Gaz.
Gaz. I'm Seb.
Seb, you're right.
Nice to meet you, mate. Where are you driving to now then?
So I'm heading into London to see the family anyway.
What's like the closest to Buckingham Palace that you're going?
Okay, let's go.
You're going to take me?
Let's go.
Yes! You're going to take me to Buckingham Palace, mate. I fucking love you, mate.
I cannot believe my luck.
You seem like you're getting quite emotionally invested in the challenge tonight.
Absolutely. I want you to win now. So this is happening. Initially, I was just going to drop you off somewhere in central London, but as soon as you said that, I was like, cool. Let's go to Buckingham Palace.
One hour, 21 minutes from Buckingham Palace.
We got what, 32 minutes on the app?
All right, 17 minutes from Buckingham Palace. I can almost already taste it. The only way that I would not win this would be like lightning strikes and takes me out at this point. If I'm alive and walking, I've got this. It's happening. I'm 4.2 miles away. There's no way he can win at this point.
Even if we were to break down, I would run with you and film it.
Nearly there. It's been a long day. 3.1 miles. 3.1 miles. Hardest geezer, what? Hardest geezer who? I've never heard of the guy.
It's literally just round there.
Is that it right ahead?
That is it.
That's Buckingham Palace.
That is Buckingham Palace, bro.
Oh my god. We're here, 425 miles, I think 7-8 cars, about 12-13 hours on the road. I've ended the day with an absolute legend in Gaz. Actually holding the camera for me at this point. He's got his car, hazard lights back there. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. What a feeling. Yes! Yes! Come on!
Oh, bro. You made it. You actually made it.
Yes! Come on!
Yes, Seb. Love that. Love it. Right. Should we make the phone call?
Yes, mate. How you doing? Yeah, not too bad, mate. Having a bit of a nightmare, to be fair.
Right.
I've basically just been stuck by Leeds for like 3 hours or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm not really sure whether to like check into a hotel and sleep for a few hours until tomorrow morning.
Are you bantering me or?
Am I bantering you? Well, what if I was bantering you? What would the banter be?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're trying to tell me that you're not as far as you are.
Oh right, yeah. How far are you, man?
Mate, I mean, I'm not doing bad, mate. I'd say that. I'll tell you that.
Where are you? Where are you now?
Mate, I mean, might be on my way to the outskirts of London.
You might be on your way to the outskirts of London.
Might be on my way to the outskirts of London.
What if I was to tell you that I'm actually a little bit further on than Leeds, mate?
Yeah, go on, how much?
Well,
You're not in Buckingham Palace. No, you're not.
do you reckon I could be at Buckingham Palace?
No, you're not.
Do you-
Surely you're not. Oh, you bastard. No, you're not. You're actually there.
Mate, I'm at Buckingham Palace right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How do you like them apples, son? How do you like them apples, son?
You done that?
Mate, I told you I was going to do it. I told you not to fuck with me. I told you not to fuck with me, mate.
How have you done that?
It's happened, man. I'm right here, smack bang. You lost, mate. First things first. First things first. First things first. I'm the hardest geezer. Say it. Say it. Say it, man. Don't make me play the clip. Don't make me play the clip. You admit if I win, I'm the hardest geezer.
Yeah.
I'm the hardest geezer if I win.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound.
Yeah.
Sound. You can't do it though, can you? This is too much noise. Are you not going to say it now?
Shut you out.
All right, mate. Basically,
I want to know how you got it.
I got this guy called Gaz, right? He drove me all the way there. He's filming right now. His car is basically parked on the side of the road, so I got to get off the phone now because he's filming for me. I'll call you back in a sec, all right? But yeah, right. You've lost, mate. So enjoy. I'll just let that sink in, and I'll chat to you in a bit, all right? All right. So, I smashed him. However, the hardest geezer didn't quite see it that way. I was chatting on the phone. We were discussing our days. When I said that I got on a bus for a couple of miles in Edinburgh, which I didn't pay for, he starts going, what? This is a hitchhike race. That's cheating. That's cheating. And I'm there like, is this guy being serious? So we're going back and forth over the phone. He's saying he's not going to get the tattoo. He's saying that my victory is void. He's saying I cheated. We did say no public transport. What I meant that to mean, obviously, is you can't just buy a train ticket. You can't just buy a bus ticket. Then it's not a race, and it's definitely not an interesting video. But it's a hitchhike race. So hitching a ride on a bus and convincing a Scottish bus driver to let me ride for free was all part of the blag as far as I was concerned. He then made his way to Buckingham Palace and decided that actually he won the race, right? Because he was the only one that got there without cheating. And the annoying thing is, that bus didn't even help me anyway. I could have walked that route of that bus on my hands or crawled it on my hands and knees, and I still would have beat him by about 2 hours. So he's clutching for sure, but equally I do think he believes I cheated, right? Which is kind of annoying, seeing as I beat him so clearly. The way I see it, even if I agreed that the short 10-minute bus journey was a yellow card, which I don't, but even if I did, I still beat him 5-0. So he's complaining about a controversial yellow card, but he's been destroyed in every single area of the pitch. But anyway, that's where we're at. We cannot agree for shit on who won. So the only thing I can say is, any place, any time, Edinburgh to London, London to Paris, Paris to Berlin, I'll hitchhike the Himalayas in the middle of winter, mate, because I will beat this guy again and again and again and again. I'll give him a rematch, any place, any time. So anytime you want it, mate, anytime you want it, you know where I am.